Julianne.
Hi,
Hi,
Julianne.
Julianne. So did any of you have imaginary friends as a child who kept you company and who played with you? Nobody did? Okay. Well, if you did, having schizophrenia is the same thing, but for the rest of your life. And schizophrenia is a chronic mental illness that can affect all of our five senses. And although it does not have a specific known cause, according to the National Institute of Mental Health, it can affect, or it can mostly be genetic. So in neuroscience, we learn a lot about schizophrenia, but there are some misconceptions that I'll address today. Schizophrenia is a devastating disorder that experts around the world have yet to understand completely. First, I'll explain what schizophrenia exactly is, along with its different forms. Second, I'll talk about the known causes and various treatments offered. And third, I'll discuss the impact it has on its victims and why it's important to be informed about it. To start off, let's take a look at what exactly schizophrenia is. Schizophrenia is a chronic mental illness that has a range of symptoms that fall under three categories. There's positive, negative, and cognitive. The positive symptoms include hallucinations and delusions. The negative symptoms include unresponsiveness, inexpressive faces, and seeming lack of interest, while the cognitive symptoms have to do with functionality of the brain, such as disorganized thinking and behavior. And with these symptoms come different types of schizophrenia. The subtypes include paranoid, disorganized, catatonic, and residual. The paranoid subtype is just what the name sounds like, having to do with paranoia. So this may cause the victim to experience hallucinations or delusions about persecution and conspiracy. The disorganized subtype is also, as the name implies, and this may cause the victim to have disorganized thought processes and the inability to perform daily tasks, such as bathing and getting dressed. And the catatonic subtype has to do with a loss of motor functionality, and this may cause the victim to appear paralyzed and exhibit unusual body movements. The residual subtype is when the signs are greatly reduced, so you may still experience some hallucinations and delusions. So now I'll talk about the known causes and the current treatments offered for this disorder. Schizophrenia, like most mental disorders, are not completely understood. According to an article from Psych Central written by Brian Smith in 2006, he states that there's no known single cause of schizophrenia, but it is understood that it runs in families. And in the case of identical twins who share the same genes, there's a 40% chance a person who's identical twin has schizophrenia will develop the disorder. And in the case of fraternal twins, there's a 20% chance. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, schizophrenia affects about 1% of the American population, and about 1 in every 100 people in the world suffers from this disease. So for the treatment, I conducted a personal interview with a registered pharmacist, and she stated that treatment has made incredible advances during recent years, and that new treatments are being made, and current treatments are constantly being modified. And in another article from Psych Central written by John Rohal in 2013, he states that treatment usually involves a mix of antipsychotic and anti-anxiety medication, and this helps control the hallucinations, delusions, and the possibility of relapse. Experts have studied patient patterns over time, and studies show that about 20 to 30% of people recover significantly over several years with a proper support system. And these individuals are able to work independently, although minor symptoms may still show from time to time. Although a patient can get professional help from psychiatrists or physicians, often family members and friends are primary caregivers to a schizophrenic. So if you know someone that has schizophrenia, you can make a huge difference by helping that person find the proper treatment and manage their symptoms. So to conclude, I hope you all have a greater understanding of what schizophrenia is and the damaging effects it has on its victims, as well as their families and everyone around them. In my speech, I shared the different forms and symptoms of schizophrenia, possible causes and various treatments, and we discussed why it's essential to be well informed about it. Although there is yet to be a cure for schizophrenia, there are modern treatments that give hope to those suffering from the disease. And we're hopeful in finding even more effective treatments to restore the cheerful lives that patients enjoyed before the disease took over their lives.